Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to bake tonight is actually a chocolate coconut coffee cake. And I particularly like recipes that are very easy to make, but they come out tasting fantastic. And this one really does, with a cup of coffee, cup of tea, or that type of thing. So in a large bowl, what you're going to put in is 2 sticks, meaning 1 cup of butter. And it's been at room temperature. And you can use your stand-up or your hand mixer, as I am, and just break your butter up. I like to cut mine in little pieces because I think it makes it much easier. And you're going to start slowly putting in 2 cups of granulated sugar. And that was 2 cups to 1 cup of butter. And I'm on high speed. I'm just going to cream that together with the rest of the sugar. The next thing that we're going to put in is 2 eggs. I'm going to put 1 in at a time, and again beat it on high till it becomes very smooth. There's the second egg. Quick recipe. Alright, this is what we have so far. The next thing that we're going to put in is sour cream, and we're going to put 1 cup of sour cream in. And I think this is what really gives its cake the moisture and the light texture once it's baked up. And that was 1 cup of sour cream. And I'll beat that on high. I'm also going to put in 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Whoops. Show you what I have so far. And here we go. We have a really nice smooth texture. Okay. And we'll set that aside for just a quick moment. And in another bowl, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 cups of all-purpose flour into this bowl. And in also with the flour, I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And then with my spoon, I'm just going to mix it together. I'm also going to need salt, so I'm going to put 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Now once I've mixed that up, then I'm going to go back to my wet batter. And I'm going to start beating in the flour. I'm going to try to be at medium so that flour doesn't go all over. That was the rest of the flour. And now I'm going to go to high just to pull everything together. Get to that bottom of that bowl and work the sides of my bowl to make sure everything's combined. And just beat it on high till you see that everything's come together and that it's smooth. And that shouldn't take you probably more than a minute or 2, that kind of thing. Even really have called this cake, rather than a coffee cake, they really said that they remarked how much they liked the cake that I made at breakfast, that I served at breakfast. And this is really the one that I did. But it is a coffee cake. And there you go. You can see how nice that batter, how rich and thick it all came together. All right. Now what you're going to do next is you're going to need to make a filling for the cake. So we're going to do that real quickly. So in a small bowl, I'm going to combine a half a cup of shredded coconut into that bowl. Also, I'm going to put in a quarter of a cup of baking cocoa. We're also going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. We're just going to mix this up with my spoon, or if you're using your spatula, whatever. We're also going to be adding now a quarter of a cup of granulated sugar. So the entire amount of granulated sugar for this coffee cake is 2 1/4, but 2 went into the batter and the quarter of the cup is used for the filling and the topping. And the last thing that we're going to put in is 2 tablespoons of butter that I melted and I allowed it to cool. And then just combine that together with your dry. I even find using a fork sometimes is actually easier than using the spoon. You just want to get it all moistened and combined together. Okay, so it's going to look like that. Okay. A crumbly mixture. Let me take the excess off my spoon. There we go. Now you're going to need a heavily greased or oiled pan and dusted with flour. You do want to use at least a 12-cup fluted pan, or you could use a 10-inch tube pan if you prefer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put half of the batter into the cake pan. So I'm going to try to make sure that I even this out all the way around. See that I have at least half. Alright, and it will look like that. And then I'm going to take half of this mixture and I'm just going to sprinkle it all on the top of this batter. And just sprinkle it as evenly as possible so it'll look like that. And then we're going to take the rest of the batter and I'm going to put that on top. And then I'm going to use my knife to just try to spread it evenly over the top. And I'll show you what that looks like. There we go. And I want to get the rest of this batter out of the bowl. Okay. And I'll set that aside for the moment. Quickly rinse my hands. And it'll look like this. And then use the rest of the topping in your bowl to finish off the batter right now. And again, just put it on as evenly as possible. This bakes up and the whole house smells of chocolate and coconut. Okay. And it will look like this. And you're going to bake this cake at 350 degrees, and it's going to take you anywhere from an hour to an hour and 10 minutes. My particular one that I baked up ahead of time actually took an hour. So you need to have a toothpick or a cake tester to make sure that when you insert it into your cake, that of course it comes out clean. But it can take an hour to 10 minutes because, as we know, all ovens do set up differently. Now once it does come out of the oven, do put it on a cooling rack for about 10 minutes and then invert it, turn it upside down onto the platter or the cake dish that you're gonna serve it on or put it on. I have one to show you, and this is what it will bake up and look like. Here, I want to show you how really pretty that it comes out. You can see this great topping. What I also like to do is I just put actually a sugar glaze, and I mix up a cup of powdered sugar to 2 tablespoons of milk or water. Just beat it in a bowl till it's smooth, get the lumps out of it, and it makes like a heavy icing, and then I just drizzle it all on the top of the cake. And it comes out this beautiful coffee cake. And I'm going to cut a piece to show you what it looks like. And there you have it, a very delicate dough to it, and then you have that nice filling inside of it with the coconut, chocolate, and a little bit of lemon added to it. It really comes out sensational. I hope you try this one, and if you do and you like it, please leave a comment because I'd like to hear from you. And as always, thanks for watching, and please subscribe.